is it anywhere?
Hey there, Tamara here, and welcome to the Loft. I have the absolute pleasure of having these two beautiful ladies here with me on today. They are going to be sharing with us about being experts in what it is that they do in the hair field. Well, how would I say that? The salon, the stylist. Some people are, very particular as to how they mention what it is that they do. You guys
the,
got to help me.
the beauty industry.
The beauty industry. I should know that. I should know that. Shame on me. But ladies, I have watched you. You both have been in my life. I thank God for meeting you both in this journey that I have been on. And you both have inspired me with all that you do. We're going to start off with Gabby. Would you please introduce yourself? Tell us what you do, where you're at, what's going on.
Absolutely. Hello, my name is Gabrielle. I go by Gabby. I am in Orlando, Florida. I work for a company called Hair Cuttery, and I have been at this company for 7 years. But I've been doing hair probably since I was 13 years old, and it's
Hmm.
always been my calling. It's my happy place, and it doesn't feel like work for me. I do a little bit of everything, everyone's hair, every hair type. Um, yeah, that's my story.
Very nice. Very nice. So we're going to move to Nakira. If you could please introduce yourself, young lady.
Yes. So, hello, everybody. My name is Nakeara Bonds. I am located in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. I'm the salon owner of Lux Beauty Experience, and I've been licensed for about 20 years now. Um, I have, let's see, what do I do? So, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, ministry leader in my church, but absolutely love the beauty industry, which is why I've been in it for so long. I actually last year wrote a book called Reclaim Your Beauty, Reclaim Your Power, tips to empower women from the inside out. And I also have my own hair care line called the Remedy Hair Care, which right now consists of hair oil, shampoo, and conditioner. And I am expanding this year, adding more products, styling aids, and things like that to the collection, which is my dream to really have a whole line of beauty products, even cosmetics, to be out there in the stores for everybody to purchase. So I absolutely love the beauty industry. I specialize in all hair textures as well, from short cuts to long hair coloring. Right now, most of my clientele consists of silk press. Everyone is, trying to stay away from the chemicals and things like that. I am, just pro healthy hair. So I try to empower women to embrace what is best for them, what works well and best for their lifestyle, whether it's a press out, wearing their natural curls, or getting that good old relaxer. I'm all for it, and we're gonna do it the healthy way. So.
I love that. That is awesome. See, you two, that's why I'm telling you, inspire me. Y'all both have the same ambitions. And the thing that I find phenomenal about you both is that you're moms, you're wives, and you're entrepreneurs. And it's just like you do that thing. And it's just like because when we go to Gabby, I remember Gabby was just a stylist. She was promoted to assistant. Now she's running the place. And I'm
Yeah,
like, I mean, this is just beginning for her. I just see the skies opening because it's just like what it is that you do. And I love the fact, Nakira, that you wrote a book and the products that you have to offer. This is going to be very interesting because I know in the industry that you've both been in, I'm sure there's been, trials along with the triumphs. And if you can we can start with either one of you, if you can just give me some insight, well, I'll pick so we won't be talking all at the same time. So, Nakeara, if you could give me some insight on how you started and what was your motivation to keep going and like your triumphs and how you overcome.
Oh man. Well, just a 1-day interview or two. Like, ooh. So my journey in a nutshell, I'm going to condense this as much as possible. It's been a long journey. But yes, I've always loved doing hair. I've always had an interest in it. I've always just been drawn to it. My mom used to do hair, kind of not in the salon or anything, but she used to do hair, just the neighbors, her girlfriends, close girlfriends. My brother just naturally knows how to cut hair. And then it just was something that came natural to me. And I think with that, just coming up, I just always wanted to do hair. I wanted my own salon. And as I've gotten older, in times, different influences and just the change of, the times, I remember just wanting to go in a different avenue. It was almost like because hair came so easy to me, I'm like, I want to do something else, not realizing that this is your calling, this is your purpose, and if you're not, I guess, trained in that way, you're just going to, have you find your way. And so I actually went to school for nursing. And well, before that, when high school, when I tried to get away from it, I went to a tech school. And again, I want to try something different because, what I've heard growing up was, doing hair is a side job. That's not a real job. That's all I heard growing up, although I was good at what I was doing. But I heard that, that's a side job. You can't have a real career. You can't make real money doing that. And so when I went to the vocational school, I actually took up computer mechanics. At that time it's early 2000s, and we're at the computer era, the computer age, and everybody's like, you got to take IT. So I went to computer mechanics, and just how God's hand has been on my life. Of course, the shop shut down. For no reason. There's, the teacher, whatever happened, the shop shut down, and I had to go to another, exploratory or profession, if you will, that I tried. So I went to cosmetology, and I ended up, finishing school and graduating with my hair license. And I went to college. I was doing hair in college, but I was studying nursing. So forget about the whole computer thing. I'm like, you know what, let's just go in the medical field. And again, just in that journey, God's just been moving me in every which way. I finished nursing school, but once I was done, I'm just like, this is just not what I want to do, still doing hair. Like, I've worked in salons the whole time. And I've navigated kind of just in and out trying other things because, again, just you still got what people you were saying to, has said to me over the years that this is not a real career, although this is all that I've done. And I went to school and tried other things. And I'm like, I just kept coming back to it. There was even a point in my life where I just completely stepped away from it. And, got another job outside of, hair salon. And I even to the point I just let my license lapse, everything. Like, I just completely walked away from it, try to go into the service. And again, just how God has just constantly redirected me. Like, no, this is where you are supposed to be. And at that time where I was completely done is when, I think the turning point when I really just knew that this was my calling was when my mom ran into who is now my pastor, and she knew her. I didn't know who she was. And she's like, you know what? She saw her hair. She's like, my daughter can hook you up, hit her up sometime. And I'm like, who are you giving my, because she's always giving my number to somebody. I'm like, would you stop giving my number out? And I'm like, I'm not even doing hair anymore, right? I'm like, I'm not doing hair no more. I'm done. She's like, well, listen, do her hair. She's a good, friend of the family and this and that. So I'm like, okay. And I went to go do her hair, and the rest is history. The rest is history, where I just came back to where I was supposed to be. And from there, I was like, okay, it's time for me to open my salon. And just how God worked in that, I literally just went out on a whim, like, I'm just going to see what's this going to be. You know, I'm looking at places. I had no money saved up. I was just stepping out on faith. And I literally didn't have no money saved up, no equipment. Um, and I found this storefront, and the lady, I was talking to the landlord, and I'm like, you know, I just really came to inquire, but you know, I really want to open a salon. Told her what I wanted to do. And she's like, I got other people interested. I'll get back to you. And she calls me maybe like the following week, and it's like, I don't know, just something, you know, different. I want to, you know, offer you this line, you can move in. And God just like, I'm trying to think how I got the money to move in.
Mm.
I don't even remember how I
Now
got
that's
the money
deep.
in, but I ended up moving in, and I'm like, I don't even have the equipment. And I was sharing that with my church, and it was like this particular service, and God was just like pouring, pouring, pouring. And I had different people here. I'll buy a chair. This one, I'll buy a chair. Here, I'll buy a chair. How many
What?
need? Oh, I'll buy this. What else do you need? Oh, I'll buy that. I mean, even to the point where like my floor mats, I entered into a contest, like a giveaway contest on Instagram, like one of the beauty supply, and I won the floor mats that I needed. Like it was just everything was just lining up, and I'm like, okay. So I get in there, and as soon as like I get in the salon, I just went into, you know, a depression. Moved into the salon, and now I'm just depressed.
Mm.
Not really motivated. I had work that needs to be done. And it was just like, do you want this or not? You know, just sitting in there. It was like, do you want to do this or no? And I'm like, I do want to do this. You know, I'm having my conversation with God. Okay, I do want to do this. Finally got in there. And again, even through that, God just provided the help. I thank God for my husband who's handy. You know, everybody just pulled together and painted and, you know, just invested. And so now I'm open, and we're probably a good 6 months in, find out that I'm pregnant. Had a tragic pregnancy loss. Um,
Oh.
through preeclampsia. I was like, really, I just got really sick. And so I had to, you know, had to deliver the baby early, and she ended up passing away. And that just like, you're like at this high. Once I got out of it, up and up, back down. So I had to close for a little bit, come back in, and things are just going. And so once my lease ended, I'll say I was there for like a good 3.5, 4 years. And once my lease ended, I'm like, okay, it's time for me to expand, and you know, or just find somewhere else to go. In the town I was in, it was a great start, but I'm like, okay, let me move on to, you know, another town. And I took the year off, and I ended up going to a hair cuttery. I used to work at hair cuttery years ago, probably like in my early 20s. And end up coming back to it. I'm like, let me just go somewhere where I don't have to, you know, kind of worry about nothing, and I can just, the clientele's already there. You know, they got free education. There's a lot that comes with working with corporate salons as well. So I went there for a year, and after a year, I came back to opening my own place, you know, and here I am. That's in a nutshell. So here I am.
And I mean, I am more inspired than I was before. Let me tell you that. I'm still stuck because I'm like, Nakeara, I look at where you started. I look at where you end, like where you were and where you're ending. That
Yeah.
is an absolutely phenomenal story. That is nothing but the Lord. And you
Okay.
can see him working in your life. Purpose. You never gave up. there was something in your mind to tell you, no, this is purpose. It was the Holy Spirit just impressing on you. This is my purpose. I don't care what people are saying. I don't care what people are doing. Let them talk the way that they want to talk. I'm going to keep on moving. Your obedience just prospered you. And that's such an amazing thing to hear, because you have been through some trials and tribulations, but the Lord he was there. He
He
was
was
there, like, yes. Like,
there. Oh, it didn't. That's the very condensed version, but the background. You just know the family history that I come from.
yes.
Not even mentioning that fight. You know, just overcoming those type of things and dodging those different bullets. So nothing but God. All credit and all honor goes to God.
Beautiful, beautiful. You shut me up and I'm the host. Here, I'm like, what else?
Wow.
And it's so crazy because when I thought about doing this show, remember how long I've been trying to get you two
Yeah.
connected? I saw you too. And it's crazy how you have like similar experience, maybe not exact, but the principle of it is it's just like both of you can reflect off of each other as to where God is taking you, because that's what you can see in the both of you. You both have that unction, that drive, that motivation to fulfill your purpose, to do what it is that God has anointed you to do with your hands. It is just, it's phenomenal. I would always tell Gabby all the time in the shop. And I was like, we're going to come to Gabby until you'll hear our story too. And it's just like, but it's amazing how, God works.
Yeah.
It's just, even though we know in our knower that he is the everything, the I am, it still just mesmerizes me
Yeah.
what he can do and what he's done. That was a beautiful story. And I mean, your book, you've had a salon, you closed, but he was still not done with you yet.
Now,
And then he blessed you with all of the things that you needed. You
right.
didn't have anything. Who can do that? Who can do that? Powerful, powerful, powerful. Thank you for your transparency there. I'm not done with you yet, but we're going to have to turn this over to Gabby. I said before I start shouting. Oh, God. And the beautiful.
So, it's so funny as you were speaking. I'm like, oh my gosh, like it was so many things that are similar.
Wow.
And first, before I say anything, I just want to say God provides.
Yes,
God provides anything, everything you need, anything that you don't even know that you need, he provides it for you every time.
every time.
But very similar. I mean, my mom did hair. She was a kitchen beautician, as they called it. I had an aunt who did hair, and I would always just watch them work. And then I just kind of fell into it. Like I said, since I was 12 years old. And the same thing, people, oh, hair, that's not a career. You need a quote unquote real job. And so when I finished high school, I went to college. I have a degree in criminology. And I worked in that for about a year. And I got laid off. And I thought that was the end of the world. I really did. I got laid off and I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I was filling out all these applications. Now, mind you, I still did hair through high school, through college. Like it was always a little side hustle. And so when I got laid off from that job, my husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, he was like, well, why don't you just get your hair license? And I was like, what? Like, that's not going to give me enough money for what I want to do. And he was like, just go. So we made that sacrifice too, because when I went to school, I went to Aveda, and you have to be there, I think, I can't remember, it's 4 or 5 days a week. I can't remember, it was a long time ago now, but you had to be there the whole day. So there was really no room for me to work. So we made that sacrifice to where he works and I just went to school. And That was a year, 11 months. And we did that for 11 months, and I got my license. And I was still doing hair on the side, like on the weekends, because I didn't have class on the weekends. So on the weekends, I would do hair. I made a little extra money. But God is still all in the midst of that, because just looking back, I don't know how we did that. But, you know, it was nothing but God. And so I finished, got my license. I started working in a small little salon. It was like maybe like a 4-chair salon, and it was owned by this older woman. And I worked there for a few months, and I just knew that it was something more for me. Like I knew that that wasn't, you know, where I was going to be long term. And when I told her, she tried to discourage me from leaving. And when she tried to discourage me from leaving, that was my confirmation that I was leaving. You know, like that God was telling me to go this way. And I didn't know where I was going. I was still new into the professional industry. And I filled out applications for several hair places. And I said, whoever calls me, that's where I'm going to go. Whoever calls me first. And Hair Cuttery called me. And like a day after Hair Cuttery called me, Great Clips called me. It's another place called Great Clips. They called me. I was like, well, it's too late. I'm going to go. I said I was going to go to the first person that called. That's where I'm going to go. And I've been here since. I've been at Hair Cuttery for, this year will be 8 years. I started as a stylist. And I work at the same salon where I met you, Tamara. I worked there for 6.5 years. And I was stylist. I moved up to, you know, just moved up in the ranks. And I eventually was assistant salon leader. And then I got promoted again. And now I'm over here in downtown Orlando, where I am leading a salon, and I have my own stylist, a group of about 8 people. And within all of that time, I got married, had 2 children, and you know, God is good and life is good.
Yes, yes, he is. And it's just like, and I see through your talent, your anointing, your crafts, the stories we've told. You keep him first and you could continue. You hear from him. I know this, we would talk about it in our conversations all the time and what he's doing, and you speak it. It's just like you're living the word because you speak it and it's happening. You have your eyes on something and it's doing it. And you have your family that you put first and you make sure that everybody is doing what they're supposed to be doing in that order. And I think it is just beautiful to see where you were, where you came from. Because I remember, Nakeara, like when I came to Florida, I was looking for a hairstylist. I always get stuck in a place where I can't find. And I said, I keep on saying the devil isn't like it. I'm not going back up north because that's where all my people are. I'm like,
Right.
no. Oh, but I came and a mutual friend of ours said, you gotta check out Gabby at Hair Cuttery. I was like, Hair Cuttery? The hair cuttery? And
That-
is she gonna be able to and I met Gabby and Gabby hooked me up. I was just like, oh my gosh, I loved it. Even when she took it, my hair grew so much and she colored it. She just did, and it's just like, and when I see her, I just see her evolve. And so we used to have a good time in that shop though, because
Oh
it
my
was like
goodness.
that. Like, no, 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 Gabby, you got to get me from under this window. I can't have it like this. It's just like people ain't gonna understand. The people that's walking by this window not gonna understand.
Yeah. Tamara would just come in, and it had got to the point where like the stylist knew when they saw her name on my book, they were like, oh, y'all just gonna be laughing all night. And we would, you know, we would sit there, have a good time, and we would just laugh and talk. They already knew. They
Yeah.
already knew.
And then I even had a friend come to visit me after my husband had passed. And I told her about her. She was like, "Oh, I gotta get it done. Remember, Abra came to see you?"
Oh, yes.
No, I was like, yes. I said because she is just. It's a. I can't even explain it. Just like I said, you guys have overwhelmed me with your stories and your transparency, and you both being so authentic and in what it is that you do and what it is that and who it is that you are. And the awesome thing is that you're balancing this juggling act and you're doing this and you're persevering. And like I said in the beginning, you have families.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and you're doing that thing. So that is just like, that is fantastic. It's just like kudos to you. I'm truly, truly, truly. And I am just super excited because I know it doesn't stop here for the both of you. And
Yeah.
that's what I'm really excited about because I know that there's more to come. There's more chapters to your stories. And I am excited about that. And I said, I am looking forward to y'all coming back to be able to tell me and the audience the next, let me not be selfish because I keep on me. Tell the audience, the guests,
Yeah.
continue to inspire them because as you can see, it's you can do it. Listen to that inner spirit. Listen to the Lord speaking to you. Listen and follow your purpose. Even when it doesn't look like it's going to work out, He always works out. You got to trust and believe. You know, like in my saying, I say, hold on to that dream and with unwavering faith, begin to live it. You ladies, that's what you're doing. That's what you did. And it's just like, and that is what is just, it's just great. And I said, we're going to, if you don't have anything else to share, I would love for both of you for us to come to a close on this chapter of In the Loft with Tamara. I want you both to leave us with some inspirational words or encouragement or something that impresses on your heart to say. And we'll start with Gabby.
Um, I just want to say, I always tell people, you know, a lot of times when I'm trying, because I don't work for myself, right? I work for a corporation. So I don't bring up God unless someone says it to me, you know, because it's a corporation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, but when they do bring it up, oh, I'm all in at that point, right? And so I just, you know, he's at the forefront. He has to be at the forefront. You have to follow his word at the end of the day, no matter what, right?
Mm,
And he'll lead you. He'll lead you. Follow his lead.
yes,
Follow his lead, and everything will fall into place. It's no need to worry. You know, they say you either gonna pray or you're gonna worry. You can't do both.
right.
And that's where I live. I live right in there.
I love it. I love that. That is awesome. That is awesome. And Nakeara.
I would say even to someone who may be in a place where they may be trying to figure out what their purpose is. Your purpose is the thing that you can do without somebody paying you. Like the thing that just comes second nature to you. The thing that you think about morning, noon, and night. Um, what really brings you joy that's rewarding not only to you but for others. That's that thing. That's
Mm,
it. And so often we will run around or run from it, not even realizing that there's purpose in this, or there's something that God wants me to do in this. And even in that, step out on faith and trust him, because he may not show you the whole piece. He's not going to show you the whole plan, but he's going to show you that next step. And so until you take that step, then he'll show you the next thing and the next thing. And that has been my life, the theme of my life is just trust me, step
Mm.
back. And I'm like, but I don't have, or I can't. Trust me. That has been my story and continues to be it. And I'm learning, even as I'm maturing, to just lean on God. Like he knows where I'm going. And so whose hands is it, what better hands can you be in,
Mm.
than Father, So he definitely can do more than what I can do. I know what it look like when I'm leaning on my own strength, when I'm in my own hands. I know where that ends. So just trust him, trust God, trust that inner voice, that inner incline, and whatever you do, waking up, first thing on your mind, the last thing you think about before you go to bed. That's your purpose, and follow it.
Mm. Amen. Ladies, this has been an awesome experience. Again, you continue to inspire me. And I'm going to be watching. And I'm looking forward to bringing you back on. I thank
Uh,
you so much. And in the meantime, we're going to say, hold on to that dream and with unwavering faith, begin to live it. And if you like this video, there's much more after that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'm going to say bye-bye for now. Thank you so much for watching.